There was a world you lived in, but a full one-on-one scale of it. You decide to go to your home and visit. The creeper that exploded your house is long gone. The only remaining trace of its existence is the scorched earth surrounding the crater. But something else is here now. What is this? How did it get here? What is it doing? The answer to all three questions lies somewhere in the hole. So grab a pickaxe and let's go down there. I know you don't really remember this day at all. To be honest, you do really remember much about your life before you woke up in that strange black and white place. All you know is that you were an adventurer of some sort who spent most of their time alone. If you had any friends or family, you didn't spend enough time with them. All you had was your stuff, which you still have. Your sword, your tools, your bow, your arrow, the chunks of rotten flesh, and the enchanting table with its countless orbs of power. This table alone is probably worth more than the entirety of the small village nearby. And yet when people saw you with it, they only feared for their lives. None ever asked where you got it from. They just wanted it, and they weren't afraid to kill you for it. That's why you left. You left to start a new life. One without people, one with plenty of resources, and one where you could finally make progress. This world wasn't on the same scale as the overworld you came from, but it was similar enough. At first it felt like you were living in a new dimension, but eventually the novelty wore off. It became boring. Nothing challenged you. No monsters, no terrain, nothing. There was literally nothing for you to explore. Time passed and you grew old. Now you're dead and this is your funeral. Well, it will be soon if things keep going the way they are. Luckily for you, that's not the case. Things are actually quite different. You wake up on a floating platform with your items still equipped. You had no idea how you got here, but looking around you, you immediately recognized the chunks of rotten flesh in your inventory. These were the trophies from your battles in the void. But how did they get here? Was this another dimension? Was this the afterlife? What happened? Suddenly a portal opens behind you and you turn around to find the source of the disturbance. A man steps out of the portal. He's tall and slender, almost too thin. His face is pale, his eyes dark. You can tell right away he's from the end. He doesn't seem to notice you. Instead, he looks around, seemingly taking in everything. Then he turns back to the portal and says something. Hello? I'm guessing that's supposed to be directed at you? You don't respond? You don't know what to say. Who is this guy? Why did he come here? Is he dangerous? The silence is broken by the sound of the portal closing behind the man. Now you have a choice. Do you confront him? Do you attack him? What? Or do you hide and wait for him to leave? Whatever you choose, the outcome will be the same. The man will walk up to you, slowly reach out a hand, and if you allow it, he will give you an item. It's a phone. I already told you the story begins with you finding a phone, but I never said anything about what happens next. Of course, you can't talk to this phone. It's not like it's going to suddenly start texting you. That'd be insane. Instead, it projects a holographic display in front of you. And when you look at it, you see a text that simply reads, I also got a new phone. Below that text are 3 buttons. Yes, no, and maybe. Maybe. Yeah, that's definitely a word you can use in this situation. I mean, technically, if you think about it, words aren't even necessary. If this phone can project a hologram, it can probably read your mind. So why bother typing? And it seems almost impolite not to respond. So you tap maybe. Then the screen goes blank again. What the hell just happened? Why did this man give you a phone? What does it do, and what does this message mean? Before you can ponder those questions any further, the ground beneath you disappears. You fall into a void once more, but this time you're not alone. You fall alongside the man who gave you the phone. You scream at the top of your lungs as you plummet towards an unknown destination. Eventually the ground returns, and you land on it with a thud. Quickly look around to find the man nowhere to be seen. In fact, the only thing that proves he was ever here is the phone in your hands. You swipe the screen to unlock it. It's not very different from your own phone back home, except instead of Minecraft, it says Hello World. There are a few applications on the home screen, including messages, files, settings, and call ender. Oh yeah. Also, the battery icon shows a heart, which means that instead of percentage points, it shows hearts, which means that this phone has health. Wait, how do you know that? 'Cause you have health? The amount of hearts you have depends on how much damage you took, how much you healed, and how much saturation you have. The phone must work the exact same way. It makes sense. It's a resource pack. But what else is a resource pack supposed to do? You try opening the Messages application, but it says loading for a bit, then returns you to the home screen. The Files application, however, works. You can open it and see all of the files saved on the phone. Most of them are data files, meaning you can't actually view them. There is, however, one folder called Images that contains several pictures. You swipe through them and see various screenshots you took while playing the game. Some of them are from your adventures in the Nether, others from the end. One of them even shows you standing next to the Wither, though you don't remember taking any pictures yourself. Next, you try opening the Settings menu, but that also says loading for a bit before returning you to the home screen. Finally, you have no other choice but to call the Enderman. Hello. Yes, this is a one-way conversation. The moment you tapped that button, the phone disappeared and you fell into the end. The Enderman was waiting for you on the other side, and it seemed pleased to see you. It stared at you for a bit, then teleported away. It kept doing this over and over again, slowly gaining height with each passing second until it vanished completely. The portal behind it opened wider and wider until it filled the entire screen. Then it closed with a loud whooshing sound, and you found yourself falling back down to the overworld. But something isn't right. Where you landed is definitely not the surface. You're deep underground in a cave surrounded by cobwebs. You look up to see a massive hole directly above you. Somehow you just fell straight through the bottom of the map. And there, floating above you, is the phone. It looks damaged, and it's losing power fast. You need to get to it quickly before it shuts down. But how? You could jump up there, but it's way too high. There's no way you could possibly reach it. You could try mining up there, but you don't have enough time. The phone is losing power fast, and you need to hurry. You whip out your sword and prepare to attack. When you swing at the phone, it shatters into pieces, revealing a portal behind it. This portal is similar to the ones you made when you placed the frame, but it's different. For one, it's way bigger. For two, it's purple. And for three, it's pulsing rapidly. This is the last thing you see before you get sucked inside. So I guess this is it then. When you respawn, you should end up in the same place you always do. The only difference is that you're not alone. Standing next to you is the Enderman from earlier. He's holding a flower and he seems to want to give it to you. You can take it or leave it. Either way, the portal behind him disappears, and you're free to explore this new world. This is where your new adventure begins.